Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
Because I have all these back problems, and recently my boss was, he was even saying he's going to fire whoever has the worst posture on staff, and I've got a hunch it might be me.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
These are the ads, brother. Oh yeah.
That's it. That's keeper right there. We're starting with that.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every single week chooses a popular saying to take a shallow but hopefully comedic, once in a while even interesting dive into its usage, its origins, but we're also going to use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
I'm skinny, and I'm skinny, brother.
Oh yeah, and I'm not skinny. I'm Dangle Ano.
Once you've had your dangle anal, brother.
There's not enough dangled.
Dangle Ano's ready.
There's not enough vitamins. Eat your vitamins and say your prayers to get your angle dangled.
You're gonna have to listen to this whole episode to understand why in the world.
Oh yeah,
coming out of the gate with Randy Macho Man Savage impersonations. I did spend time with. Oh, that's loud, isn't it? It has nothing to do with today's episode, but I did spend time with Jake the Snake. Spent a weekend with Jake the Snake.
The real Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
I've seen him at like a Comic-Con.
Yeah, he wears a size 23 shoe.
What?
Walked into this house and kicked off my shoes, and I looked down. I'm like, what is that? Like, wow. It was 2 of my feet. And yeah, we hung out with him quite a bit. He was a speaker at an event that we were playing at.
That's crazy.
About snakes. Yeah.
We were actually supposed to stay in the same, like it was like unused mansion, and he said no. I'll have a hotel, please. We're like, we're good. We'll stay whatever.
I'll stay in a haunted mansion.
So anyway,
going to a haunted mansion with Jake the Snake. That's like definitely an episode of something.
Those guys, they put their bodies through. His stories were unreal. The stuff he put himself through for entertainment. Yeah. Like they would snap each other in half. They truly sometimes felt like they were just.
We're like touching the toes.
Would actually bend over backwards.
Absolutely.
Actually,
nice.
Bend over backwards, which is today's idiom. Bending over backwards.
And it's not just today's idiom. This week is.
It's also tomorrow's.
It's depending on when you listen to it, it's a week-long event. This is an exciting one because this is episode 150.
150.
We made it, so a special guest in Dangle. Dangle-ano.
Was I here for episode 100?
I was actually just going to ask
you
that.
Were.
I think I was. Yeah.
So you're like a bicentennial.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel special.
You look special.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I got told that.
Bent over backwards. Looks like someone. Yeah, you've been bent over backwards.
Because that's the look you're giving off.
Yeah, I have. I bent over backwards to get here again.
Okay,
that's true.
Again, all the way from Victoria.
Yeah.
To the Gulf Islands to here.
And to be fair, both Skinny and I forgot that you had chosen this date to join us.
Yep.
And so I bent over backwards to try and get a hold of Skinny, which I couldn't.
Well,
the whole day flew by.
Dang was trying to change the whole thing because he's like, I've got my limbo competition. Guys, change this up. And we're like, we're not bending over backwards for you. No one bends it over backwards like Dang in his limbo competition.
Hey, have you caught? I've switched up how we use your name on the show.
It's been different a few times, has it not?
So now,
it's
when we get to riddle links and we leave one for the audience for our illegitimate children to participate in, I'm like, and this last one we're going to leave Dangle-anoing out there for you.
Yeah, I did notice that. I've been turned into some sort of verb. I'm actually dead. Is that still a verb?
Yeah.
Adverb?
It's a verb. No. Dangle-anoing.
Love is a verb.
You can throw ing on it.
Yeah.
It's a verb.
True.
See, this is a table, but if I'm tabling something.
And then to table is a verb. This just became an English podcast. This
is literature. That's what we do. That's what we're known for, basically.
You guys are being sarcastic, but we do idioms, English idioms. It is what we do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I forgot. After 150 episodes, I still haven't
so rarely get to the point of the idiom that, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So bending over backwards. That first one was from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
was inner monologue. There's another little one from Community.
People bend over backwards to cater to him.
That was Britta. No, not Britta.
No, it's Annie.
Annie.
That's like my favorite show. I love that show very much.
Did you see when they took their break and they came back? I didn't see anything after the break. Did you finish all of that?
Yeah, like the sixth season.
Okay, I haven't seen any of that.
It's still funny. It's different.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's good.
Is there Chevy?
No.
No Chevy.
But watch it. You should watch
No
it.
Chevy.
I don't know if I've seen 5 episodes of this.
Really?
Have you seen 4?
I think so.
Have you seen 3?
On
For
the
sure
way,
3.
On the way to 4.
5,
Yeah, okay.
5 is right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know why I never caught on to it. Like, the cult classic it is.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to work together. You got to bend over backwards to enjoy it.
It's still available. You don't have to work that hard for it.
You just bend over forward.
Yeah, which that's actually pretty hard for me too, most days, if I'm honest.
Bend over.
It's like touching my toes.
Yeah, tying my shoes is usually how I throw out my back. So bending over forwards is the new bending over backwards for me.
Well, we're glad you're here today.
Yeah, me too.
150. It's this time. This all worked out super awesome and smooth.
So smooth.
Like, okay, Skinny called me back. Can you come right now?
That was actually pretty remarkable because I thought it was going to be bending over backwards to get here and make this happen, but I was 5 minutes down the road when you called.
That's perfect.
And here we are.
That's
So,
great. That's
yeah.
great. So yeah, bending over backwards. Today's idiom.
I was going to get into times that I've hurt myself the most have been bending over.
backwards.
Forward. Just anytime.
Just any bending over. And I wanted to see if you would indulge us with one of your backstories.
I'll bend over for you right now.
Things I don't hear enough. Where I went to wash my hands.
Okay.
I went to wash my hands. I was camping, and you do your business, and then you go to wash your hands because you're not a savage. And wash my hands as soon as I bent over to wash
Randy
my hands.
Macho Man Savage.
As soon as I bent over, brother. Oh yeah. It was like someone knifed me in the back, and I fell to my knees. I'm in the stall by myself, going ah, and I had to crawl back to the campsite.
Oh man.
Bending over forward. Never mind bending over backwards. But my stories they pale in comparison to your stories.
I had back surgery. I had spine surgery. Actually, I think.
Are you due for it right now? You just looked at your watch.
No,
I gotta go.
I gotta go. I had it, and I got another one coming up. It's 10 years ago, like this week. Believe it or not, I had spine surgery.
Wow.
But it wasn't from doing anything cool. It was literally like bending over a table just like this. If you're watching the podcast on YouTube.
This is annoying, but hug your mic a little closer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll okay, so. Yeah, I was bending over just slightly over a table.
Maybe not that much.
You should probably buy it dinner if you're going to get that close.
Slightly over a table, and just picked up an object no lighter than my phone, and I was out. And then from there, it was just downhill for like 3 years, and
No lighter than your phone. So
no
like
heavier.
an anvil,
It was it was dark matter.
but definitely not lighter than
No,
the
it was
phone.
not lighter. Sorry, no heavier than my phone.
It was a bread
Approximately
box
as
filled
light
with
as
dark
my-
matter.
Anyways, yeah, and it landed me in getting an operation on my back a couple years later. So
Crazy.
Wow.
And that's bend over forward.
that was bending over forwards.
Force you to bend over backwards.
Yep. Yeah, it was bad.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. Good luck, Mark. One up that one.
Well,
There's that time you had the chemo. Wait a minute. Check your
gotta
watch.
I should go.
Check your watch.
Some hair growing back.
I've had similar back like dumb stuff, and the one that popped into my mind, we were renting a house. A bunch of guys rented the upstairs. Me and my wife rented the basement, but it was in New Westminster, where so hilly, right? So
Yeah.
the front yard was ground level, but so was the backyard on the second level.
Yeah.
So anyway, I pulled into our driveway in the back, and I could look right into the second level, and my good friend is in his room, and he's just walking around, moving stuff around, and just as I pulled in and put it into park, it was just the same thing, like ping, and I'm like, like I couldn't breathe.
Weird.
Like, knife in the back, like what just happened? And I went to open the door, I couldn't move without excruciating, and I'm like trying to honk the horn, he's not looking. I'm like, Todd, look at me.
It's like a murder flick. You just get stabbed in the back.
So same thing. I practically crawled out of the car every time I moved, it literally took my breath away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, if that little can just halt you in your tracks. But have you ever thought about how lame humans are? Like, okay, those are like
Fragile.
Yeah.
But seriously, if it weren't for our brains,
Agile. Hostile.
denial.
Well, speaking of, I just got back from Egypt.
You did actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You said
That's a story.
denial. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I did. Well,
okay.
denial. Yeah. It's a stretch. Anyway, like
It was quite a stretch, actually. A couple thousand kilometers. Sorry.
No, I've lost it. I was just gonna say how if it weren't for our brains and invention, like, how many people do you know wear glasses? Everybody wears glasses. If we hadn't invented glasses, we'd be the worst sighted species on the planet. Like, you can't, like,
Maybe it's the glasses that are doing it. Because it seems to be getting more people are wearing glasses now that we've discovered glasses.
think of all the, like, we have to be clothed because we're not hairy enough, so we'd freeze to death.
Why?
Like, you know what would stop
why
us?
do
Like,
chubby
running
people eat
running
cottage
through,
cheese?
being chased by a lion. You know what would stop us in our tracks? A gravel trail. Oh, if we didn't have shoes.
It's true. But I
Maybe
think we were
that's
just
here.
stronger. I think we become weaker. We're easier to kill, I think.
Now.
But then people would also die from, I don't know. People still die from dysentery, right? That's a thing? I don't know. But people would die from the craziest stuff. Oh, I gotta die right now.
That's why they call it diarrhea.
That's exactly what it is.
It is brutal. On the whole, I find diarrhea very
That's 2 in a row.
debilitating. I find
That's
it very
amazing.
debilitating.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So you were in Egypt?
Yeah. Yeah, and also had incredible diarrhea. So that was, I got Tutankhamun's revenge there.
Wow.
That was good. It was,
Wow.
and it was like a heat wave. It was like 44 degrees one day. And I was just
You're just getting rid of all liquids simultaneously.
Yeah, that was not good. But the trip was good. But there was a couple days of, yeah, it was, just to move felt like bending over backwards. So
Right.
it was just like everything just hurt. But yeah,
So, purpose, just vacation?
yeah, just vacation.
What a
Just,
great
why not
destination.
2 weeks and
That's amazing.
it was cool. It was very cool. But this isn't about Egypt.
Well, but it is about
It
bending
is-
over backwards.
But it's, yeah,
And you must have had to bend over backwards to get there. Hassles and
getting back was harder. Getting there wasn't too bad.
like a million like PCR tests. And,
Just one, but everything was so.
but it was thorough.
It was very thorough coming home.
And
Yeah,
to bend over backwards to take it.
yeah, or just stand in line for a really long time.
We're trying to work the idiom in here, Dan.
Yeah, I had to bend over backwards to take it, so they could get the thing up my nose.
Thanks for playing along.
That's not a PCR test.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I got home.
Here you are.
I need some counseling, but here I am.
It's a
negative.
swab. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the dirty and the nerdy, I got a quick game. I'm going to keep it short as to where this comes from, unless you guys looked it up and you know the answers of where this came from.
Didn't have time.
Good, because I figured we threw this together so last minute, there's no way you guys know. And I know Skinny never bothers to look. So
And I know I would if I had the time.
So I'll keep this short and sweet. You get 3 choices of where this comes from, 1 sentence or less, 3 options. Option number 1 comes from gymnastics and their flexible skills.
Bending over backwards gymnastics. Possible.
Number 2, a mafia coined term for taking the fall for someone else's crime.
I don't like it.
Patsy, listen here, see?
I'll bend over backwards for you.
They
That
already
was
have
frowned
phrases
upon,
for
I
that.
think. Yeah.
And option number 3, phrase used by understudies in theater referring to being on stage but unseen.
On stage, unseen, mafia, or gymnastics where they actually bend over backwards.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stretch us out too far. I think it's just gymnastics. I guess.
I'm gonna have to go with gymnastics as well.
Oh.
Is it? Well, I guess we'll-
Would you have believed a method for bending horseshoes?
No.
Because that was another one I was going to throw out there. All right. Well,
I would have got chiropractor.
Said some words, where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origin.
I would bend over backwards for the woman that he loves.
There's a little gap at the end. All right, you're both correct. It is gymnastics.
Yeah.
So a very uneventful history to that. I was hoping that it was so on the nose you'd be like, it can't be.
I think
Can't be gymnastics.
trying to find a nice way to say the other ones were just really weak.
Usually I elaborate with dates and locations.
You
That
had
would
it said
happen.
in Thailand
Yeah.
in 1932.
The
Thailand,
Mafia.
1993.
The Thai Mafia. That would have got me.
The Thai Mafia.
All right, well, this
method of extracting
is,
information.
It's a fairly modern expression, first used only in the U.S. in 1920s. So it's not even that old. It seems like should be older. English language. I was kind of expecting to have like a quote in a Shakespeare play or something. Just it seems like it should have been around long because gymnastics is the oldest sport, I believe, in Olympic sport.
Don't.
No, thank you. Yeah. You know where I was going.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was very professional of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good catch, too.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you. So the term was used in gymnastics back to 1920 CE. Now we call it the Common Era. Common Era.
Actually, is that it? This is an English podcast. This is incredible.
It's BCA. No, BCE.
That's where you
and
get your
CE.
car fixed.
Yeah.
Before Common Era and Common Era.
Okay.
Yeah, we've eliminated Christ.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's how the whole story got
Taking the
going.
Christ out of Common Era.
They tried.
we've So
So I got two daughters, and one of them. One did gymnastics for
each more
for
prettier
years.
than the last.
And I said, marry this one, and for 7 years. No. Yeah. And the other one dance. So she doesn't participate, but we have to go to these dance recitals. And one of the dance things that they do is acro.
Wait, she doesn't participate, but you have to go?
You have to dance, is what I'm hearing.
I have to go to the overall recital, but like all the different kids participate in all their different disciplines.
Gotcha.
Even though she does like ballet, like you have to stay for the jazz, you have to stay for
got it.
tap, you have to
Got it,
stay
got it.
for acro. And basically they pretzelize their little bodies. They're like made out of rubber. It's that kind of like, I'm feeding myself with my toes, like from reverse. Kind of like they just bend themselves into full like circles,
Yeah.
like right out of Amityville. Green pea soup flying everywhere.
Yeah.
That. So bending over backwards, that's what I think of when somehow those girls, I guess their bones are still soft when they're young or something, because I don't know, however they do it, they're limbered up. They can like twist their bodies like full out from behind. Like,
Aren't their bones actually more, or like everything's more malleable and twistable? Like,
You
there's
can
no
have
way.
all that removed. That's no big deal.
I
it's
don't
probably
think
just
I
like
could.
hyper flexible something.
Like, I'm sure they put in the work, but there's something to be said about like when
Well,
you're a
age.
child.
Have you tried
age-
to
age
bend?
helps.
I can't bend over. Like I try to arch my back to like look how far I can arch my back, and it's no good.
It's a lot of effort.
It's like I'm not even trying.
So the gymnastics move of just arching your back all the way back from a standing position until your hands are on the ground is where this idiom comes from, bending over backwards. But there's a gymnast term for that move, common, like modern term for that move. Do you know what it is?
Bridge.
No, but that's holding that position at the end.
Oh,
Plank.
Nope. Ready?
Arkansas.
Back bend.
Oh, okay, that's mind blowing. Yeah,
Bending
didn't see
over
that coming.
backwards.
Clever.
Back bend.
I should have given you three options again. Is it back bend?
Yeah, I would not have said back
A
bend.
plie.
A sow cow.
A lot.
Triple Lindy.
I would have believed triple Lindy. It's the old triple Lindy.
Old Triple Lindy.
Oh, she goes into a quadruple sow cow, right into a double bum on that one. She's sprawled across the ice. She's definitely not going to get a medal. Kiss your last 4 years goodbye. You just wasted them all in that moment. Have you enjoyed the Olympics this year, everyone?
I feel like that was rehearsed.
That was. It felt like it
It's just the voice. You got that's the voice. That's the Olympic voice.
was good.
Yeah.
Is that from something?
No,
You just
talk.
pulled that out?
It just
that was amazing.
flowed a little
Yeah.
too well.
Yeah, I
Lucy looks in her
I
mirror.
record Olympics and play them back to myself. just that's a useful thing to have.
Sounds like good company to have.
Some people do like You know where you learn how to pretend you're another actor? I choose Olympic commentators. Super useful.
So that's the extent of the origins. I don't have any more meat to where this came from. It came from gymnastics and the backbend. That's
Very
it.
cool.
Gymnastics is old, but I did find some interesting, just for those who might have any interest in gymnastics. Did you know? So the ultimate score you want to get is the perfect 10 in gymnastics. And the perfect 10 has been all but eliminated. So in 1976, 14-year-old, can you name a gymnast?
Nadia Comaneci.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
14-year-old Nadia Comaneci captivated the world when
Romanian.
she earned 3
Surprised you didn't know that.
perfect 10 scores. She got 3 perfect 10s in the 1976 Olympics. Since that time, the Olympic gymnasts had one goal in mind: everybody get the perfect 10. And the scoring was changed in 2006. So it's pretty much you can only get a perfect 10 in your dreams. It's impossible.
It's like a 9.9 sort of thing? Or?
These are quick notes. It doesn't say why they can't. But
Who started this?
That's just like life. In your dreams is the only
In your
place
dreams.
you could find a 10.
Let's see. Gymnastics is over 2,000 years old. The pommel horse was actually originally used to prepare for war. So it became a sport later. Pommel horse was
where you'd beat somebody with a horse. It used to be called pummel horse.
That's where we got the phrase "beat a dead horse."
right.
Yeah.
You're ahead of me.
I'm sorry, just taking all your material.
So the stationary equipment, the pommel horse, was used to prepare soldiers for battle. They had to mount and dismount a horse quickly, and so they would practice on a pommel horse. And it was believed that Alexander the Great used a pommel horse to get to. He was Alexander the Good.
Yeah.
But through practice
He was a
and
9.9.
determination, he got a perfect 10 on the pommel horse.
Amazing. Do you know actually a cool thing about Alexander the Great? Do you know what he has in common with Winnie the Pooh? Middle name.
The famous does.
Yeah.
Joan Arc. That's it.
Joan the Arc.
Oh, right. It's of.
Yeah.
Oh, I botched it.
Joan the Arc. She was such an arc.
Maybe
Joan of Arc?
Maybe I'm thinking of Noah.
That was Noah the Ark, yeah.
And he had 2 middle names. And the. Anyway. Last one. Leotards.
Comfy.
That's all I got.
Thank you.
Leotards originated in France. The leotard that is used by women in competitions is named after Jules
Verne.
Leotard. Yeah.
Is Jules Leotard?
Jules Leotard.
Family Jules Leotard.
I heard the original ones where they actually wore the suit of another person. Like they just like
this-
total Hannibal Lecter.
Skin of another person?
Like a Buffalo Bill. Just slipped onto another human
the first
person.
outfit was Jules Leotard. Jules Leotard, he was an acrobatic trapeze. He wore this form-fitting costume, and everyone was like, ooh, ah, until everyone started using it.
Then it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Nice.
We will bend over backwards for you. There's nothing too big.
Where do you find all these?
I can't tell you.
Oh. Is it Google?
It's on the internet.
Don't tell people.
Yeah, all this gymnast stuff. I actually, a long time ago, I did try. I'm done. I tried going to like a gymnast gym. I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to do a backflip. I'm gonna learn how to do all this stuff. And I got
Is this post-surgery?
no way pre-surgery. Way like I was like in high school.
It's part of the reason for the need of the surgery.
Yeah, it might actually be because I kept getting injured doing stupid stuff because I'm a teenager. But now it's caused me to have all these different.
You're like, I can do that.
Yeah, and then
I
land
know
on
you've
your
been
head
training since you were 6 and you're made of rubber.
And I'm made of glue.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Nope.
You are.
I'm rubber.
Is he wearing a human suit?
Jules Leotard.
I got kicked out fast for that. But yeah.
It's so slimming. Go continue.
Oh, that's just it. I mean, I tried briefly in high school and it did not work out well.
Huh.
Yeah, it might be actually part of the reason I have all these back problems. Which is
Was it in high school or extracurricular? Like
no, just fun with friends. Just yeah,
nothing professional about this at all.
it was at a professional gymnastics gym with a guy there that helped you out. It was just a drop-in.
I took
thing.
gymnastics
Is
for a
that
while.
Was it Go Bananas?
No, that's now. That's where I go now.
Crash crawl.
Crash crawlies.
Crash crawlies. But yeah, no, but it's caused even further problems because like, I've got all these back problems. And recently, my boss was he was even saying he's going to fire whoever has the worst posture on staff, and I've got a hunch it might be me.
Oh, that's a great, so sick, man.
A long road there.
The setup. It's a 24-minute setup to bring it to this moment.
All of it was true, by the way, except for the getting fired part.
I've got them like putty in my back.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. How you guys feeling?
Well, we should probably start wrapping up this bad girl.
Woo! Riddling is a game we like to play. It takes two-part trivia-based question and requires a two-part but overlapping answer, overlapping by syllable, word, or words if you're lucky. For example, last week, episode 149, if you want to go back, Skinny left us with a Jules leotard. He left us with mocking on top of pain for this legally blonde actress. Mocking on top of pain for this legally blonde.
I have Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I answered. I don't remember what it was online. I'll have to look it up. Because I remember the
It's going to start with Reese or end with Reese.
Yeah, but what was
adding insult to injury Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So that's how you play riddling. You got two answers that overlap.
Perfect. Wait, how did we get into Macho Man Randy Savage? Is that still coming?
Yeah. It is
okay, because we talked a lot about Macho Man Randy Savage. Brother. Yeah. Sorry, I apologize.
That's how you play. I've got a couple.
I've got
one.
That's good. All right. I'll start off, and then you guys can start filling things in. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
And you guys can help fill this in.
Creedence Clearwater Revival sang "Come on the Rising Wind, touch your toes in reverse."
CC Arch your back.
No. That's good.
CCR sang "Come on the Rising Wind."
Coming around the bend over backwards.
Oh, coming around the bend.
Around the bend over backwards.
That's a good one.
Up around the bend over backwards.
Up around the bend. Yeah, there you go.
That's he's hard to understand in general.
Who is?
What's his name?
Fogarty?
Yeah, Fogarty.
John Fogarty.
Who got sued by himself. The whole thing. It's a whole thing. Anyways, go on.
He sued himself?
For sounding too much like himself. But don't worry about it. This is another episode.
Interesting.
This is for an idiom that has to do with suing yourself.
I think you'd have to bend over backwards to sue yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who's got one?
Well, I'll go.
Okay.
Gone Girl actor, as he would appear in the phone book, really goes the distance.
As he would appear in the phone book.
Ben Affleck.
But how would he appear in the phone book?
Benjamin?
No. You search.
Oh, Affleck. Affleck bend over backwards.
Yeah. Well, Affleck, bend over.
Affleck, bend over backwards.
It's like dot.
Nice.
You know, before we
Gone Girl.
Well, actually, we'll do this after Riddling, I guess, because you made some corrections to previous podcast episodes that I have not brought to his attention yet, because we recorded a few back to back, so didn't have the luxury of correcting him.
Correction is on air. I'll bend over backwards for
yeah.
So.
Okay, just for a second. Yeah, I'll give you one. Here's a riddling. You guys ready? This American meat stick snack is where the idiom "bending over backwards" originated.
Oh, got it. Yeah. You want it? I got it. You want it?
You're gonna have to take it.
Slim Gymnastics. Slim Jim Jules. Slim Jules Nastics.
Slim
Gymnastics.
Yeah, that's
Gymnastics.
right.
You
And so
crushed me on that
this,
one.
I'm pausing our
You messed me up with scoliosis.
So that's why I bend over backwards to find the cure for it.
fibrosis.
Okay. I'm pausing our game show music here because in looking up Slim Jim, I'm like, how do you describe a Slim Jim? So they almost never use the word meat, which is interesting.
A Slim Jim is the tool used to open a car door.
That is also a Slim Jim. You are correct. Yeah. But found out that Randy Macho Man Savage did several stints as the spokesperson for Slim Jim. So here's the tiniest little clip.
Step into a Slim Jim.
Step into a Slim Jim. Anyway, yeah. So that's why we were on
the Randy Macho
Man. Because
Pick up the tempo. Yeah.
brother.
Listen, brother, you locked out of your car door? Oh, yeah. Use a Slim Jim.
Step into a Slim Jim. Also, we're way off track here. I was just talking about he has a rap album. We talked about this a little bit. Released in 1993 that I have downloaded.
93.
I think it was 93 or maybe not. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. It's not gonna take long. 2003. I'm so sorry. I knew it was.
And you have it on your phone at the ready.
On the ready. I listen to it in the gym. It gets me going.
Play it off your phone into your microphone.
I'm coming after you, coward.
It's basically just a Hollywood Hogan diss album, not even a track. It's just him just tearing.
What's his real name? Terry something?
I don't know. R.I.P. though.
Terry Hogan.
Terry Hogan?
But what's Randy's real name?
Randy?
Jules.
Whoa.
Jules Leotard.
Jules in a leotard.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Skinny's ready.
This episode number gets Anastasia Steele excited.
Anastasia Steele.
Oh, yeah.
150. 150 cent? No. His real name isn't Anastasia, is it?
Anastasia Steele.
It's 50 Cent's real name.
Anastasia Steele.
Village Idiom children, throw
150. 150.
Dog.
150.
This episode number gets Anastasia and Christian excited.
Anastasia.
Christian Bale.
Batman?
150 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
150 Shades of Grey.
150 Shades of Grey.
Happy to say I didn't know that.
I had to look it up.
I'm winking right now.
I was thinking Anastasia, whatever her name was a character name, and I was trying to think of an actress.
Yeah.
Her sister
whose
Drusilla.
first name happens to be 50. And all I got was 50 Cent, but I'm pretty sure his first name isn't Anastasia.
No. I would change my name to 50 Cent. Oh, you'd get beat up so much if your name was Anastasia. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Well, I've got one more, but why don't you tell people how they can get hold of us?
Please reach out to us on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us thevillageidiompodcast@gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters at 3 Minutes Gone.
All right, I think this is an easy one. We'll do an easy one. This giant clock in London is a contortionist way of convincing you.
Well done.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice.
You got it?
No, I got it.
I think so.
Yeah. And that's it.
And that's
how you play
3 Minutes
London
Gone.
Bridgerton.
You got it.
Was that it?
Okay, so going back to
bonus episode.
Something about sweet.
Sweet
The
Tooth?
Sweet.
Oh,
The Sweet.
you
Sweet
called the
Tooth.
band.
The Sweet.
No, you called the band the Sweet. I think their name is just Sweet.
I looked it up, confirmed.
Oh,
Their band is just called
Sweet.
Like Ukraine.
Like
Ukraine.
Like
exactly.
Ukraine. Not the Ukraine. It's Ukraine.
Yeah.
You
So,
good?
yeah.
Well, was it something we said?
Keep going.
Okay.
All right. Well, here
Bye,
we go.
Mark. Hey, he's really bending over backwards for us here.
Well, something exciting is definitely happening as we wrap this episode up. Yet continue to keep it lingering on.
Can you hear that? That's some ASMR. We gotta get those.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't do it today. Oh,
That's worth it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mark.
Okay. So
Yes.
on the episode Sweet Tooth, we're doing a little flashback. We talked about the top Canadian chocolate bars.
Yes.
And one that Skinny had never heard of was Flake.
Wow.
I think it's flaky.
Flaky.
It's Canadian. It's Flake.
Waka flaky.
And then while looking for that, I found these double deckers. Have you ever heard of that?
Nope. Why does it say chocolatey candy bar, but chocolatey is spelled wrong?
It's
Is that
French.
wrong? I think
It's a sticker on the wrapper.
Chocolatey. Yeah.
Ricky Flake.
So what are they hiding? Why did they have to add chocolatey candy bar to the wrapper?
It's got a nougat
They're
top
hiding
and
nothing.
Well, while we indulge on these sweets, we should wrap today's episode up.
This is quality.
Well, this is entertainment.
It's quality
Content,
audio.
Some good podcast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a double decker. You guys enjoy this. See the flake? How cool it looks.
So
all
flaky.
over this
That's why it's
microphone.
called. I forgot to tell you. We were in the freezer.
It's good. This is an ASMR podcast.
Yeah.
Mine reminds me of just something that's really dry.
It's like chocolate beef jerky.
Look at chocolate Slim Jim.
It just tastes like chocolate beef jerky. That's the consistency.
A little bit because it's frozen.
Well, It's been fun watching us get diabetes, I'm sure. I'm Skinny.
I'm Dangalano.
I'm Jurassic Slim Jim Mark. I don't like that nickname.
And these are the Village Idioms.
That's 3 minutes gone.
Always the best tunes.